Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dropped Frames episode 2. Co, I got to start off the show right off the bat and just apologize for cursing on your... Can we not curse now since we're on your channel? What's the rule? It's your channel, so we do what you want.
It's all good. As a heads up, this show will be a little bit less PG-16 than we normally do it here, so there may be some cursing today. Just a heads up, early.
Zeke, we got to fill our quota. We can now curse.
On Co's channel?
I know. It's rough.
Did someone open the chocolate factory?
Yeah. No, I totally forgot that we were on your channel to start the show off. And, yeah.
No, anytime I'm in a Skype call with Co while we're both streaming, I still do have that in the back of my head, like, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well. Someone that doesn't curse at all on his own channel is, of course, Bacon Donut. He's our guest for this week. Bacon, how's it going, man? Also, welcome to the show, man.
I am just tickled to be here. I watched the pilot last week. It was awesome, and I can't wait. So thank you for having me on.
Cool. Well, I guess just to start off with, why don't you give us a quick rundown of who you are and a little bit about your channel?
Okay, my name is Bacon Donut on the interwebs, and I primarily play Minecraft on Twitch, twitch.tv/bacon_donut. I've been a full-time broadcaster for almost 2 years. I've been streaming for 2 years. I've been full-time almost 2 years. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I do nighttime America time, so I go live at 8 p.m. Central U.S. time and Monday through Friday.
And your channel is one of the more unique on Twitch where you specifically are targeting your audience, I guess, to speak to that, is more kind of kids that play Minecraft and the parents of those kids that play Minecraft. Am I correct in saying that?
No, that's not even
really
close to right.
Awesome. Am I completely wrong about that? Now I'm all nervous. I'm like, I mean, crap, because I can't curse here.
Well, basically,
you didn't read his press release, JP?
I know.
Come on, man.
I know. Please tell me.
I thought my people talk to your people, and I don't know.
Like things and
yeah.
I mean, what I would tweak out of that sentence is you said target, right? Like what I do is just be myself on the camera, and certain people show up, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
I did not make any sort of tactical, like, I want this to be a kid show,
That's interesting.
or I want this to be a Minecraft show. I don't really think that my broadcast is about Minecraft at all. In fact, I would venture to say the majority of my viewers don't play Minecraft. And I hear that every day from people that they have no idea what's going on, but I'm passionate about it, so they enjoy watching it. And, you know, we hang it. Minecraft is a great game for streaming because it's so easy to be interactive. You know what I mean? It's not like a competition where you have to be like super focused on what you're doing in order to be successful or whatever. I just create a world and we chill and have fun, and I can talk to chat the whole time. And that lends itself to building a community. And the whole, and it's true, I'm a family friendly show,
right?
But that's because of the environment that I want to be in. That's me being myself, as opposed to like saying, if I'm family friendly, then I'm going to do better on Twitch or something. It's not like that.
Interesting. Okay.
So, just out of curiosity, do you swear off stream?
No. That's what I mean. That's me being myself. I've been married for 15 years. My wife has never heard me swear.
Wow. Zeke's over there going crazy.
Oh my God, I can't even comprehend 15 years.
But I always feel compelled to clarify, this is a thing about me. Like, I don't project this on anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, people assume that somehow I'm going to be like preachy about it or something, or that I'm going to be uncomfortable being around other people who are swearing. That's not true at all. I'm a normal adult, right? Like, and if we're really short on topics today, I could tell you the whole story of where this all came from. But you know, regardless, it's just me. It's how I'm just being myself.
Yeah, I mean, I asked, so that's why you're talking about it, not because you're preaching. So
right.
Let everyone let that be known, I guess, is the best way to state that. We'll come back around to a discussion piece, just some topics or some things that to talk about here at the start of the show. A lot of people are wondering why my graphics and why the show is live on Coh's channel. We decided at the end of the show last week that we're going to rotate channels every week. So Last week was mine. This week is Co's. Next week will be Ezekiel the Third's, and then we'll start back over at mine. And it's just a way to kind of get everyone's community involved in the show once a week, and really bring in some new viewers from that. So that's why it's live here. We're all hosting it. So if you're partial to stay in Zeke's channel and chat there, it's hosted. If you're partial to stay in my channel, it's hosted there. Of course, next week it'll be hosted on Co's channel as well. So feel free to, of course, intermingle with each other. I think all of our communities are awesome, so don't be afraid of each other. And I think we already have a lot of overlap to begin with, so it should be completely fine. We also have a link question, or a question form, rather, that we, I think, started promoting last night. I'll go ahead and link it here in chat, unless, Co, you got that? Someone's copying it right now in the Google Doc.
Shout out to Evil Bunny for the help on that.
Oh, I'm not a mod. Darn it.
That up.
There we go. Oh, I can't do it. Well, whatever. That'll get linked in chat. There we go. Thank you, Bacon. And last but not least, I think Co knows about this. Zeke, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. You might have read it in the Skype chat. But last night we got confirmation from the PAX East peoples.
Yes, I did. I saw that, and I'm super. Please continue, but I'm super excited.
Yeah, we submitted a panel, I think, like on the 20th of December, and I think the deadlines were the 22nd. And they actually approved it. So we're going to be live from PAX East on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And our good friend DJ Wheat's going to be joining us on there, of course, from Twitch. He's on a bunch of the bunch of the role play shows, and it should be a lot of fun. I think we're probably going to try to stream that, but the thing with PAX events is you never really know what you're going to get until you walk in the room. So
PAX hype, man.
We'll see. And are all of us at PAX South next week?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh,
So yeah, well, I'll be there.
Also,
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
There you go. Zeke's got his stuff
related
already.
to exactly what you guys were just saying. Good show, Dan's Gaming. Thank you for the sub, man. Welcome.
Man.
There you go. I think Dan will be there next week as well, and probably at
He
PAX
will.
East.
Yes, he
PAX
will.
East. A lot of if you want to meet a lot of like Twitch streamers, PAX is probably the place to go to right now. I think that's the number one spot, just because Twitch has such a presence there. So let's talk about what we've been streaming, and I think Co, me and you could talk a little bit about going out to San Diego, playing some H1Z1. But we'll do that after we hear from Zeke. Zeke, what have you been streaming, man?
Same old thing. Still beating my head against I want to be the Bashi, but when that fails, like last night, it got to a point where I made a promise to myself a long time ago that I would stop streaming a game when it stopped being fun, and it's starting to get to that point again. So, well, last night it got to a point where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. So for the last 2 hours, I picked up those Jackbox games and I played some Fibbage and some Drawful with mods and the chat and subscribers and stuff like that, and had some whiskey and ended up being a whole lot of fun.
We're showing you breaking a table. This is what happens when Zeke gets mad over on his channel, guys. It's interactive fun over on Ezekiel _ the third.
Yeah, because I slam it down on the table and my camera falls.
What type of controller is that? Yeah, there goes the camera. Is this a 360 controller that's being dismembered?
No, it's worse than that. It's an Xbox One controller.
Oh man.
Yeah, they're more responsive, but they're also so very, very breakable.
Yep. Oh, there goes the table too. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that should go on the back of the box of Bashi. It's just like Ezekiel the third just wrecking something.
Gets my seal.
That is the perfect background for what happened. You could not have had a better background. That was
It's good. It's good. There you go. So you said you were playing Drawful and anything else? I saw you were playing a lot of Evolve, and that's kind of out of your wheelhouse, right?
Yes, that was. Oh my God, that was such a blast. I got to play. Co was doing stuff in other cities, so he couldn't get his things set up in time. But on the beta release day, like for the closed beta or whatever they call it, got a chance to actually play with some other awesome, wonderful streamers. Like Satellizer and Tangent Gaming and those guys. Also, got to even play with some of the developers. There were two actually
Nice.
of the game development team in the game with us, teaching us about stuff and giving us some backstory, and we were asking them questions and stuff. It's always awesome. And game developers, if you're listening, it's always awesome to have you guys in a call, on a stream, playing a game, what have you, with the broadcasters, because that gives an opportunity to tell your story about
your take on it.
Yeah, and it was so awesome, and it's always such an honor and a pleasure when I am able to do that.
Yeah, that's one of the things we saw last year, really across the year, is that developers started getting more interested in streaming their own stuff, and now you see. I can't really think of a developer that doesn't have their own Twitch channel and doesn't have their own, whether it's a show, whether it's a stream, whether it's just like a press event where they're streaming their own stuff. So you're starting to see pretty much everyone out there doing it, and it's even more awesome, like you're saying, when they join our channels and talk to our viewers while being on the show as well. So that's some cool stuff. You enjoyed Involved though, like I said, that's out of your wheelhouse. So what did you think of it?
See, and you're absolutely right. Usually I don't go in for the FPSs, but I will enjoy any game that I get to play with fellow streamers and friends and that kind of stuff. It always makes everything better. Like the shared experience of it, even though I was like obviously the worst player on the team. And I was like, I don't know. They're like, throw the dome down. I was like, what dome? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, just press forward. I'm like, I'm on a controller. They're like, what? You're on a controller, And it was just
my favorite.
Don't die in the water.
Yeah.
Zeke had the shield down, and the monster was outside, and we're all three running against the wall, and Zeke goes, take down the damn shield! And someone goes, that's your shield, Zeke! Hold 4! He's just like, what am I doing?
Oh, man. Yeah, when I saw you playing that, I was like, huh, that's interesting. I've never seen... Because typically you're playing, like you said, you're playing games that have kind of a goal to them, right? They have an end. And Evolve doesn't. So
right.
that was interesting to view. Bacon, what have you been playing on your channel mostly? Have you gone outside the wheelhouse lately?
Not lately. I mean, off cast, I've been playing a ton of Isaac Rebirth. I'm really hooked on that game lately. In fact, I just finally bought a proper controller so I can stop using my keyboard.
Nice.
I like to convince myself that it's the keyboard that's the problem with me, sucking. And all the, suddenly I'll be the next big Isaac star if I can just get the right equipment. That's a complete lie, but I'd like to make myself believe that. But anyway, on cast, I won't bore people with the details because most people don't care. But I've put together a mod pack for Minecraft, so it's a very a specific set of mods that. It's essentially becomes almost a different game, you know what I mean? And It's all packaged up so it's easy to install or whatever. And the process of releasing that was very much like a game development cycle. I worked with programmers to make mods for it, and we did Q&A and testing and beta testing and all that. And it was a big undertaking, and just released it on January 1st. And so now I've been playing it now that it's finally released. So that's awesome. That's what I've been up to lately.
Is that
was your Sky Factory?
Sky Factory, yeah, that's the name of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I mean, you have the normal traditional concept of a Minecraft world, right? Like it's a nice, pretty landscape, and you just go out and start breaking blocks and do whatever. In Sky Factory, it starts with the concept of minimalist survival. So you start in an empty void, like there's no ground, there's nothing. You're in a complete emptiness. And you're on top of one tree that's sitting on one dirt, and that's it.
That's awesome.
Literally all you have. And the mods give you tools to take that and start, like you break the leaves, and then you compost the leaves to get dirt, and then you can sift the dirt to get little fragments of ore. And by the time you're done, you've got machines and power and cables running everywhere, and all sorts of stuff. So
you would say that this is for like quote unquote advanced Minecrafters, right?
Yeah,
because I'll be honest, I've never played Minecraft ever on any platform or at all. So if I just jumped into this, I'd be fucking lost, right? Sorry.
Maybe
I cuss way too much.
I've definitely made an effort to make this mod pack as approachable, accessible as I can to new players. It actually helps because you start off with nothing. It makes it linear. You know what I mean? Like there is a certain order that you kind of have to go in order to get somewhere. And there's a book provided that you can read, and there's like checkboxes of to-do items that can kind of help walk you through that. I've had a lot of new players tell me that that it was their first mod pack, and they found it approachable. But I mean, modded, even the people that like modded Minecraft, not everybody, even the people that like Minecraft aren't necessarily into modded Minecraft. So, it takes a certain style, I guess, but I like it.
So volumes of Minecraft experience. One day playing with 2 11-year-old girls.
That was the best stream ever, by the way.
I had honestly, I get it now. I understand, but what you just described, that idea that you just described, sounds more fun than the actual the vanilla game.
That's why I was asking.
I don't really play vanilla,
and I think most people don't play vanilla, right? Is that a true statement? I'm making things up.
Well,
so you tell me
if you look at the entire vast population of Minecraft players, probably the majority of Minecraft players now are kids on Xbox or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that would be vanilla. There's probably more console players than PC at this point. But at least among the people that I know, most people seem in PC world tend to favor mods, but not all, for sure. I mean, there's tons of vanilla streamers that don't do anything else but vanilla Minecraft. But I don't know. For me, the mod. See, there's a very active, there's a lot of mod makers, and there's this whole scene of developers who are constantly making new mods, improving the ones that they have, and you can take this stuff and completely change your game. You can make Minecraft be a DayZ type game. You can make it be like board games. People have recreated Cards Against Humanity in Minecraft. It's whatever game you want it to be. And so that's why I like mod. That's why I can sit there and play one game day in and day out, because if I ever get tired of it, I change the way that I play it and turn it into a different game. And that keeps me from getting burnt out, because I don't play the same mod pack every day.
This sounds like the perfect game for me, because I'm the most ADD gamer in the world. I'll start a game 20 minutes in stream and I'm like, man, I really don't want to be playing this right now. So if I could just change it on a whim, like you're saying, maybe I should play more Minecraft. Maybe that's my new thing.
Hey, I've been doing a thing where I'm inviting casters onto my show, and we kill the dragon together. It makes a great little one-off co-op thing.
Are there dungeons?
Three of you.
Yeah, me and Zeke might be all about this, man.
Any of the three of you are welcome to come do that.
Hold on. You think I wouldn't want to slay a dragon?
Hey, he put his hand up, Co. He put his hand up. I didn't see your hand go up.
Oh, I didn't put my hand up. I thought we knew each other. Oh man. Anyway, just to throw something in there, I just want to say how amazing I think it is, and this is a testament to not only your mod pack but to the game. How you can come in with this mod pack that literally removes a gameplay pillar from Minecraft. There is no longer exploring. There is no longer a world. You make your environment, and it's still just as entertaining, and for many people, I'm sure, even more entertaining than having to deal with that whole other side of it. I think that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long time ago, somebody made a challenge map essentially for vanilla called Skyblock, and that's what it was. You spawn on a little island in the void, and and they give you a little chest with the bare minimum to start. And that was a vanilla thing that was popular years ago. And ever since I got into modded, I wanted a modded version of that, but you couldn't do that for the longest time, because the mods require a whole bunch of extra materials. Like there's, instead of just iron, there's iron and copper and tin and you know what I mean? All these other ores that the mods include, and you need an interesting way to give those to the player if you don't have a world to go mining in. And I wasn't like, it would be lame to just put it all in a chest, you know what I mean? So there was a piece missing, and one day the mod came along that bridged that gap, that gave you a way to collect ores in an interesting way in a void world like that. And the day that I saw that mod, I completely dropped everything that I was doing, and I'm like, that's it. That's the piece I've been waiting for. And I had the beta, the alpha version of the pack done like 3 hours later.
Wow.
And And this is actually Sky Factory 2. Sky Factory 1 was almost a year ago. And so this is the second revision of it. And it's really picked up steam. I mean, like some really huge YouTubers are playing it on YouTube now.
That's great.
And lots of people in the category are streaming it. And it's been amazing. The hype around this pack surprised me, honestly.
Huh. Well, I think, yeah, I mean, if you use like your Twitch platform for a lot of things like that, we've seen a lot of streamers. I guess who I'm thinking of specifically is someone like Day9, who's kind of broken away. He still streams and all that stuff, but now he's making his own game, and that's kind of his main focus, pulling his community into that game. So, and Coh, you're kind of doing the same thing as well, where you're making a game. You haven't pulled your community in just yet. I don't even think you revealed the thing yet.
We're just on the cusp of it. I'm so excited to get this out to my community and everyone's community. Trust me, you'll hear a lot about this when I'm getting close to it.
Cool.
But yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there.
So yeah, you're seeing streamers kind of break, either bringing their community to other places or breaking away from Twitch a little bit and doing their own thing, which I think is awesome. I think it's another thing that you're going to be seeing a lot of of Twitch in the future. So. Interesting. Yeah, and by the way, I will totally take you up on doing that. I just don't know if I can survive on your channel because I have to curse, man. I have to, like,
well,
it just.
It
would be rough, man.
I've run into this before.
Yeah.
Normally, the way that we solve that is if I'm dual streaming with someone who isn't PG, we use TeamSpeak and push to talk.
Okay.
And then you can just swear your heart out, and it doesn't come over to my stream.
When I worked for MLG and cast for MLG, I could do it, but that was like 2 years ago, and I haven't trained my mind to do that, to just turn it off. So
yeah,
it would be rough, man. Zeke, do you think you could do it?
I did pretty well. I think I had like 2, maybe 3 slip-ups when the girls were over.
I saw you, Zeke. You were like, there was this built-up tension because you wanted to swear, and you ended up manifesting that by making like dirty jokes that were above their heads, but the chat room would get.
You got it.
And I'm over there going, you did not just say that. And the girls had no idea. They were just like, well,
okay, what a lot of people didn't realize about that entire stream, one of the girls' dad was in the same room. He was sitting over on my lazy boy right here. He's actually a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
I would make those jokes, and I would look at him, and he'd kind of roll his eyes like, come on, man. And then you know what I would tell him? I would look straight at him and say,
if you don't know what you're talking about, then shut the fuck up!
And the reason why I brought that in there is because this was actually a gift from my friend Bacon Donut.
From me.
That's awesome.
Gave me that button. So I had to incorporate it at once.
Yeah, well, see, I make heavy use of the GG button. And when I saw that the people that make the GG button sell the STFU button, I'm like, somebody needs this button. And immediately I thought of Zeke. I'm like, he needs to have this. So I bought it for him.
Oh, nice. See, I didn't even know you were showing highlights of that.
No, we put it on there.
That's awesome. I love it. That was great. It was such a fun time. And you know what? I would be just tickled if I could do like some sort of one-shot co-cast with you, Bacon. I think it would be a blast.
Let's do it. I mean, I think all of us are pretty booked until after PAX, but let's hook it up. About once a week, I try to have a guest on for that sort of thing. And
yeah, I think we're all in.
It's perfect because Minecraft, above all else, is one of the best co-op games ever. It's perfect for just hanging out with some friends. And in fact, you know what? A lot of people don't know this, but I had a friend that was in love with Minecraft, kept getting me to try to play it. I was heavy into WoW at the time and StarCraft both. I was playing WoW and StarCraft a lot. And he kept like, you would love this game. You got to try it. You got to try it. I'm like, it sounds like a level editor. That like, why would I play that? And what finally tipped the scales was Maximus Black, the StarCraft player.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he does a lot of League now. But anyway, at the time, it was, when cheese fails, all that, the StarCraft stuff. I watched his YouTube constantly. He did a co-op series. Him and Adam did Minecraft all of a sudden, kind of out of nowhere. And it was so funny. And they were just having a blast. And I'm like, okay, I can see how as a co-op game, this would be a lot of fun. So that's what caused me to finally break down and buy the game and try it. And less than a year later, I no longer have a day job, and I'm a full-time Twitch Minecraft broadcast.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So yeah.
Do you think there's something to be said about running a clean stream as far as your popularity goes? Do you think you're more popular because you run a clean stream?
Yeah,
Well, it's undoubtable that there are people that watch me. I get feedback from people saying, my parents probably wouldn't let me watch Twitch if you weren't here. And I get families, husband, wife, kids will sit down and watch my show and all that. That's definitely there. Mm-hmm. But there's also no doubt that there are doors closed to me because I'm PG. There are.
Do you have any examples of that? Like what? Who closes the doors because you don't curse?
Well, for example, I can't dual cast with everybody that I want to. If somebody's not willing to do, to either curb their tongue for an hour or two or use push to talk or something, then that means I just can't stream with them. And there's absolutely been people that I've met who would have collaborated with me on something and didn't. Sure. So I don't know. It's all guesswork. I tend to think that that it balances out, like the amount, because I get judged too. Like just like there's people that are like, oh, awesome, this guy's family friendly. There's also people that immediately judge me and be like, oh, what? No swearing? You got to be kidding. I'm out, and people will make up all sorts, like assume that I'm some sort of like moral crusader that's ruining Twitch. I've been accused of ruining Twitch more than once.
I've not only gotten the same.
You're not cursing
so much what you're saying right now.
Oh
I've gone through the exact same stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not quite as much as you though, but like I still let a few stuff in there, but I keep most of it out. And yeah, some of the stuff, the reasons people make up for us talking this way, it's just amazing. It's mind-boggling.
Oh, sure. Well, people, when something comes up like that challenges a person's worldview, they tend to project their own feelings about things onto me. You know what I mean? It's as if I'm personally insulting them. That like me not swearing is somehow they hear, oh, you're telling me I shouldn't swear, when it's like, I never said that. Like, this is just me.
Bacon, I got DDoS'd by a group for almost 3 months, and it was a group of people. I ended up talking to one of them on Skype, and one of their key reasons they were DDoSing me was because this is America, and fluff me for telling them how they can talk on the internet in America. I kid you not. I kid you not. It was an affront to their rights as American that I didn't want them dropping F-bombs in my chat. That was on the screen at the time.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it comes back to my advice to casters, for any broadcasters out there who are making this sort of decision, because I mean, I'm kind of known for being the family friendly guy, and a lot of people assume that my advice would be family friendly, like that's the way it ought to be or whatever. No, my advice is to be yourself, because if you say to yourself, I'm going to be more popular if I'm family friendly, but that's not who you are, then you're going to drive yourself crazy and burn out and probably stop streaming. Sure. So if what you want to do is swear like you're JP McDaniels, then do that. Because so like I said, what I'm doing is not some sort of marketing tactic. It's not some sort of, I don't know, whatever people come up with. I'm just being myself. And this is like, if I'm going to spend this much time hanging out on Twitch, then I want to create an environment that I'm comfortable in. And that this is what it is, Sure. And so that's how I run my show. And my advice to everybody is do that. Don't play the game you think is going to make you popular. Don't set the content rating because you think it's going to make you popular. Just be yourself and be passionate about what you do. And if there is an audience there to support what you're doing, then they will find you and you'll have a great community. So
Zeke, you were trying to get in, but we were cutting you off. So
no, that's fine. No, I'll talk a blue streak no matter what. But being on the other side of that, as far as like talking to, there's streamers out there that I consider close friends of mine that don't swear, like Co, like Bacon, like Eddie Monster, like that don't swear on the stream, and being someone who swears a lot and relishes the opportunity to make up even new swears, I always am a little apprehensive when I'm talking. Obviously, until I get to know them, but always apprehensive when I'm talking to them about this topic because there is a little tiny part, and I'm smart enough to get over it, but there's this little tiny part going, do you think he's fucking better than me? But, you know, and that's the thing. It's like this little thing. It's like, what does he think? He doesn't have to swear, huh? What am I, a dirty bastard because I swear all the time?
No, you're a dirty bastard for all sorts of other reasons.
All sorts of other reasons.
Oh, I can't wait to see you at PAX South.
1v1 me, bro.
Co, you want to chime in, or we?
I absolutely love it too. Sorry, go ahead.
No, by all means.
Go
I
ahead,
thought your thought
please,
was done.
yeah.
That was my bad. Co, or Zeke, finish.
Obviously it's a very, very small thing, but once I get over that, and there's varying degrees too, like on Coh's channel, he will play games that have adult themes, that actually have adult language and stuff like that. Whereas on Bacon's channel, there's no adult language in the game at all, you know, or themes or that kind of stuff. And it's curious to me where the line is for everybody. You know, how far are you willing to go? Can I say damn or hell, or is it like, is it cable rules? Is it network rules?
Cable rules are pretty loose these daes, man.
You can say shit.
Yeah.
On cable.
I mean, just go watch South Park and see what they get away with, you know.
Yeah. But like, is it like NBC rules where like you can say damn and hell, but only if you're talking about the actual hell, or you're talking about actually being damned by God, you know, stuff like that. If it's in that context, you know, that kind of like.
I like your preacher voice. That was great.
And that's what I wanted to know. Like I know Bacon's is an easy line. It's like, nope. But like Co, like you kind of edge it a little bit.
Well, it's interesting because I think me and Bacon represent similar broadcasters, but just like any, you know, genre type thing, there's going to be variations within. So where Bacon is kind of the more conservative end of PG streamer, I'm much more, you know, even though I'm still relatively safe, you know, I have lots of parents, office workers, stuff like that. You know, I'm played in public areas. You know, I myself, unlike Bacon, I cuss off stream. I cuss when I'm around my friends. Now, I don't feel that it is being different when I come on because, and actually, if you watch some of my early broadcasts, especially some of my early highlights, you can see some of this. Don't tell anyone. But one of the things that I did was I decided early, you know, I'm going to approach Twitch professionally. You know, I'm still going to have a great time. I did research on, you know, what type of show builds what type of community, and I knew that I wanted my channel to be very community focused. So I decided early, and it's very interesting that JP brought this up because it's a perfect way to say it. I decided I was going to be cable PG. I was going to be that type of PG that if someone came along and, you know, bought Twitch and decided to make a whole cable network, you know, they look at my channel and go, hey, we could just throw this right on. This guy doesn't need to do a thing. He doesn't need to change anything about his show. Everyone will like him because they already like him for what he's doing. Done. Where you walk up to some of these other channels and people like that would just pass right by him because they're going, people can't watch this. This isn't even okay for our 2 a.m. slots. You know, like this isn't going to work. So one of the things I did was, you know, I decided early I wanted to, you know, keep that atmosphere of a little bit of control. You know, I don't do F-bombs on stream. We don't allow them in chat. We keep trigger words out, like rape, things like that. We don't even allow them in chat. And of course, no homophobic or racial slurs, all that's out. And Zeke actually does a lot of that too, even though he's, you know, I mean, you could very easily argue Zeke is actually not even that close to the far end. There's a lot of channels on Twitch.
Sure.
10x
100%, yeah.
So,
I mean, have you heard about that JP guy?
I know. Oh my God, dude. And the way he treats his community. No, but it's
great.
It's the kind of thing where there's lots of room and types, and you can come at different types from different perspectives to still get what you want out of Twitch while not doing. And I agree with Bacon wholeheartedly on this. Never do something that you don't think that you can easily do for a long. Like I cuss off stream. I don't cuss a lot off stream. It's the kind of thing where for me it was an easy transition, you know. And when I cuss off stream, it's more of a joke. You know, like it's not. I know what I'm doing, and now these days I feel when I'm doing it. Whereas before it would just kind of be part of speech. And I actually like the change. If anything, I'm really glad that I did this because there's been I've actually even been caught saying fluff sometimes in real life, and people just go, "What did you just say?" But
yeah, you did that a couple times in San Diego. Yeah,
it was kind of a back and forth process where both the channel benefited a lot, and it worked on me too. But at the same time, if I had at any point felt like oh, this is dumb, and I don't like doing this, and I just wish I could talk naturally on stream. I feel like I'm having to focus too much on what I say. If I had ever felt that, I wouldn't have done it because this is all about having fun at the end of the day. This is not a job. If it feels like a job, you're not doing it right, in my opinion. It's just, yeah.
Well, I've just seen way too many broadcasters put arbitrary restrictions on themselves and then burn out. Because that's what happens. You're fighting against your nature, and it's exhausting. And everybody who casts full time knows that feeling of fighting the burnout. Like, as much as we love this, there are days where you're exhausted and you don't want to smile for the camera today. Like, we all have IRL stuff that happens, and if some crazy thing just happened to me this morning and now I have to go live and I'm like, my head is not in this game. If you add on top of that, I can't talk and use the words that I want to use, like, it's going to be that straw that breaks you. And I have seen in the time, in the 2 or 3 years I've been around Twitch, I have seen numerous broadcasters burn out and just quit. Some people that had big potential who just don't stream anymore. And I, you can't say that that's the only reason, of course, but I'm just saying that's my observation.
You can certainly say it's a contributing factor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question.
You got to be comfortable in your own skin's the biggest thing at the end of the day.
And we were actually sort of like broached the topic before we actually got on today. As far as you were talking about, you don't want to smile for the camera today. With someone who is a very morning zoo talk show gimmick based broadcast, like I have tons of gimmicks that I do in my broadcasts that I think are really fun most of the time. But when I don't feel like, I don't know, defending a raid or putting on a big show to hail a new sub or whatever, and I still do it, but I feel you on that completely.
Yeah, there's days. You gotta, I put maybe more pressure on myself than I need to be 110%. I feel like there are so many, I pay my mortgage because the kindness of strangers, because people out there that I've never met and never will met subscribe, donate, and watch my show and watch the commercials, all that sort of stuff. And the kindness of strangers is supporting my life. And I feel this debt of responsibility and gratitude toward that. And I feel obligated. It's like, it's not the feeling I used to have when I used to work a 9-to-5, 40-hour a week job. It used to be, I would put in my freaking time, and at the end of the week, you better give me that paycheck because I earned this, And that's not how Twitch feels at all to me. It's more like, people are giving me stuff that I don't deserve, and I feel like I owe them. And if I were to just take a day off, I feel terrible about that. It eats me up. So on the days that's a driving force for me to suck it up and do it, even on the days that I'm not feeling it, because I feel like I'm in debt to the people that allow me to do this day after day. And I can't even tell you how many times the strength of my community has carried me through some pretty heavy real life crap. Things I don't bring those sorts of things into the stream. I don't talk about the details of what I deal with in real life. But in the last 2 years, I've faced some pretty heavy crap, and without the strength of my community, I really don't think I would have gotten through it. The viewers help me way more than I help them. I'm convinced of that.
Sure. By the way, Zeke, I'm so sorry.
No, I was really intent. I was like, you know what, Bacon, I'm right there with you. And then I look over and I see myself.
I messed up because I went over and showed the wrong thing. I was like, I have to at least show Zeke an address. So then I showed Zeke an address. It matched Bacon's comments perfectly.
No, I'm right there.
I gotta say, Bacon. Oh, go ahead, Zeke.
I'm right there with you as far as taking a day off. Like I used to do 6 days a week.
You really have to, man.
And I was it was just too many. I mean, 6 days a week. Some people can do that. Some people can do it like over and over again. But with like the amount of energy I really try to put into every show or every broadcast that I do, I tend to like come to resent people who do me favors, like raid my channel, subscribe to me, and stuff like that. I'm like, I have to do this dog and pony show again for you, stuff like that. So like I've started taking actually a weekend. Like I'm my own boss. Why haven't I not thought of this before? But the reason why is because being your own boss it's complete mirror image of actually having a different job that you have a boss. You want work, because if you're not working, you're not, you don't feel fulfilled. You're not making money,
Sure.
And that kind of stuff. It's just completely. I am pressuring myself to work rather than like, when's my next day off?
That's true.
Yeah.
Cody, you got anything to weigh in on before we jump and talk about H1Z1 for a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's multiple times today. I feel like Bacon Donut has basically been saying exactly what I was thinking as well. And that last thing was kind of the same thing. Not only does there have been as you guys know, I'm an everyday streamer. I'm actually on a 18-month challenge. I've streamed every single day for the last 450 plus days, and I've got over 100 more to go. One of the things that has helped me exponentially is, I'm extremely thankful for my community, and I can tell you there are numerous days a month when I get up and don't want to stream, and I know that logging on and seeing the wall of people that are there, at, in some cases 5 a.m. their time, they're there every single day. It's almost like every morning I have a 15-minute an energize 15 minutes where I just sit there saying hi to people. No matter how bad my day is, it's kind of like you leave it all at the door, and then you're there, you're streaming, and at that point, you're in. So there's been some extremely hard times that I have never brought up on stream that I can very securely say that the stream carried me through. Just being able to get on, play a game, zone out with my community, and have a good time has been the best therapy I could possibly have. And it's just like Bacon said, a lot of times I think they help me a lot more than I've helped any of them.
Yeah. And it might sound like pandering to people that maybe aren't in Coh's community or something like that, but I think every streamer could probably say the very same thing. Like the communities that follow all of these streamers is like why we do this, like it's why we turn on the stream on a daily basis. So I think that every streamer would echo what Coh was just mentioning and what Bacon's been saying all day. So, Coh, let's talk a little bit about H1Z1. We took a trip out to San Diego with who else was there? Elohim was there, Loco was there, a bunch of streamers were there, some other YouTubers
so many
as well.
People.
Yeah,
Player Unknown.
Yeah, I got to meet Player Unknown, which is really weird for me because like I'm a huge fan of Battle Royale, his mod for Arma 3, and he's going to be working on some stuff for H1Z1. But what'd you think of the game and what'd you think of the experience, Coh?
You know what? First of all, just like we were talking about earlier, Zeke brought up the great point about how it's so important to us as streamers when devs really step it up and show them that they're plugged into Twitch. Sony is and get me wrong. Let's say I've never heard of Sony. Let's just go off just H1Z1, Landmark, their recent projects. Sony has plugged into Twitch almost more than any company I know of. They have set up background programs, streaming teams, flown people out multiple times, and I've been out 3 times, others have been out more. The full experience of let us know what you think, give us feedback that then makes it into the game. Let us know what you like, let us know what you don't like. We have some very exciting stuff to announce about private streaming servers from H1Z1. Again, stuff that other companies don't even entertain, they're integrating into it. So because I could talk about this for an hour to keep it short. What did I think about it? I think the game itself looks really fun. I'm a little nervous because I played that game for like almost 3 hours out there and made 0 progress.
See, I was the same way, yeah.
So it's kind of like
I got
really
a house
excited.
built, but yeah.
Yeah, so you had a lot further than I did.
But I never encountered a single person. I think you encountered a lot more people than I did.
I was encountering people everywhere. So it's really interesting to think, what's it going to be like on the Coalition Rust server, this was behind a serious wall, like a big token barrier. We had 60 people on there in an 8x8 kilometer map, And, you know, we saw people relatively frequently. We're talking about hundreds of players in H1Z1 spawning somewhat near each other because of the heat map tech. And it's kind of like, you know, this, and considering how long it takes to really get established and set up, and you have to find the backpack or craft it, you know, like it's going to be very interesting. So I'm cautiously really excited to get started. And for the record, I know we've been getting this question all the time. 1 p.m. EST tomorrow is when this game drops.
Yep.
There doesn't seem to be a preload. There may be one tomorrow, but if you want to play H1Z1, it's 1 p.m. EST tomorrow. And
on Steam.
We have some, yes, on Steam. And if you also think, yes, for everyone. And by the way, there's been
anyone that pays $20.
Like, 20 or 40. There's a $40 pack too.
Oh, okay.
But there's been this big. Thank you, Rathus. Good show. There's this big kind of thing right now about if streamers are getting in early. We're not. Everyone goes in at the same time.
Yep.
But there is some very exciting news on private streamer servers. Keep your eyes on Twitter because a lot of streamers are going to be announcing information as the night continues. So I'm CohhCarnage. On there you can find me, and info will be going out there tonight.
Cool. Yeah, I think to echo what you were saying about Sony kind of getting Twitch, I've been to a billion developer things like that where they invite YouTubers or Twitch people out to stream for their event or something like that. Sony was like the first company to get it right, in the sense that like all their computers were like top specs. They had every program that they had. They even had like our own Twitch notify, like Sub Alert was installed on all these PCs. Like, do you know how amazing that is to walk up to a PC and just have your entire tool set already installed from companies that really don't know what they're like, what is involved in a Twitch stream? I think it was really, really awesome. They did a great job with that. I hope more dev teams are going to follow suit, because I feel like they knocked it out of the park, regardless of how the game played and how everything else went. They did a really good job of making sure that the Twitch streamers had everything they wanted.
Which again is really important. I mean, just like you said, all of the 12 machines on the floor you could stream from. They had 2 backup studios streamers could go to with up to a pair. They just casually said, "Oh, you want to bring a dev in on your stream? Just let us know during your time slot, and they can sit with you." They had a main channel where they scheduled everything with. They had multiple people going around answering questions. Someone would come around and tell you if you needed to be somewhere. Big ice cold barrels of beer. They were just giving out beer the whole time.
That was kind of weird. I don't know, like. I drank it, of course. I drank it on stream, so I'm like the complete douchebag. But I don't know how I feel about like the beer being there. That felt a little like too VIP status or something. I don't know. It made me feel a bit awkward.
Come on, man.
But
you gotta enjoy that.
I know. I did. I mean, that's what I'm there for. But it's like
they're plotting something to steal your kidney or something.
No, not anything like that. It's just. I don't know how I feel about it.
I gotta be totally honest. I did an afternoon stream with Elohim, and it prepared me greatly for what I was.
Yeah, you were.
So
you gotta start pretty early. It was funny because we walked in at like 11 a.m. They're like, "Yeah, guys, we got this giant tub of beer here to drink." And I'm like, "What the hell? What is that? What's really going on here?" Like they want us to enjoy ourselves, but.
I don't remember who it was. One of the other streamers went up and kind of jokingly reached for a beer, and one of the devs looked and don't worry, we won't judge you. You can get started whenever you want.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
yeah, it was pretty good.
So great. We won't judge you. Don't worry. Get to drinking.
It was pretty good. It was good. To bring Bacon and Zeke on this, do you guys have plans of playing H1Z1? I guess start off with Bacon.
I'm out of the loop. Like, okay, this is somehow related to DayZ, right?
Yeah, it's one of the DayZ Survivor game type stuff. Yeah.
So is this like a?
And it's published by Sony. No. Sony's making it. Yeah, or SOE is. Sorry, Sony Online Entertainment is making it.
H1Z1 is Sony. It's the DayZ, the Rust. It's a survival multiplayer sandbox shooter that has features of a lot of existing ones that everyone likes. The equipment crawl of DayZ, the building of Rust. So you can build a base. You can also run around scavenging stuff. But more importantly, it's built on the PlanetSide 2 engine, so it's got a really good engine behind it. There's not going to be much hacking.
Well,
Sony's been fine-tuning this overall, hopefully. Yeah. And most importantly, they've got a good-sized team behind it that's taking feedback. They're working their ass off on it. Like, it's one of the first survival multiplayer sandbox shooters going out that has a real machine behind it to make, fix the bugs, get the content out there, listen to the community. The other DayZ, too small of a team. They're not working fast enough. Rust is like 4 guys. They're doing their best, but it's like 4 guys. Yeah. So it's the kind of thing where it's the next big survival shooter.
I mean, I'm not going to rule out the possibility of me playing it, but I'm just really jaded with like am I the only one that feels like there have been 18 million games that are like,
Oh, no,
let's
there
toss
has.
in some zombies and some crafting and gotta be sandbox because that's hot right now. And you know what I mean? Like, it feels formulaic to
No,
me,
it
but I
doesn't.
haven't played it. So, I can't, that's
There
not a
definitely
critique
are a
of it.
billion of these type of games, but like Ko was saying, it's the first time that it's really been like triple A style
Yeah.
team behind it. Everything else has been like, I wouldn't call it indie, but it's kind of like indie. Smaller teams is probably the best way to
It's
say
indie
it. Yeah.
for a AAA.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like a
I
small
guess-
section of a big company.
I guess that's why I stopped paying attention to games in this kind of, genre, because after playing so many of them and they were all feeling like a tech demo and not really an actual game,
Sure.
I don't know. I just stopped caring.
Yeah.
So maybe if it turns out that this one's really solid, I might give it a solid
And
shake.
I think
but,
that's actually a good point because like that's a hurdle this game has to like take because a lot of people, like you're saying, have the exact same feeling that you do, and I really think that SOE is gonna. I mean, one of the reasons that I think they invited so many streamers out for this event is that they're going to rely on that word of mouth, on that Twitch streams to get the game out there and to get people really interested in it, to see if they're having fun. And that's, again, something that I think is they're kind of maybe not industry leading, but they're at the top. Like, they understand how important Twitch is to getting your game out there. And they're doing so that they're helping Twitch streamers get the game out there as well. They're being very, very nice to us to promote their game, which is cool. Zeke, what do you think? Are you going to jump in?
You know what? I'm excited about this because this will actually be my first foray into anything like this. And I've heard, obviously,
Man, you're going to have a fun time. Like
the DayZ explosion. I hear Ko talking about Rust, like all these other games that have all just went and just passed me by. I have never played a game like this. And let me tell you, I am excited to give it a good, solid, honest try. Just like Minecraft, I was ready to give that a solid try, and just like this is so far out of my purview of what I normally would game or stream or anything like that. That I'm curious as to whether I will hate it or this will be the only game I play forever. Some people fall into that.
Sure.
Some people just get that one thing, and they can do it day in, day out, like Bacon.
Yeah, and Bacon, you were talking about how your channel. Obviously, a lot of people watch your channel. There's no cursing and everything. You might have issues with that, but maybe going like the private server route or the whitelist server is something that would work for you. Like that might be something that you could bring your community in. Then everyone's awesome. Pretty much how everyone's going to be in there, and it'd be a great experience.
No, that's a big issue for me because there's been a number, like anytime anything sandboxy comes up, I'd perk up and think, well, maybe this is something that would mesh well with my existing audience that I could give a try. But so often it's like has a dash of MMO in there enough where like, oh, this is a game. It kind of looks like Warcraft, but you can build your own stuff, and the trolls can go up the hill and make all the dongers they want, and it'll be right there. Like, if I'm going to stream that, I can claim land, but nothing's stopping them from going 5 feet to the left, and
Yeah,
that sort of thing. So
True.
having some sort of private server in that for that style of game is a must. I can't, I can't have people coming from my chat into the game chat to which I can't moderate and be able to say all the racial slurs they want.
that's
what I mean?
true. That's one of the things that is rough about these games. Zeke, I know you want to talk.
No, I was wondering, like, can you fill me in about this? Like, if these games are all held, they're not on public servers, they're on private. You can do private servers.
Well, not
Okay.
as openly as just like I want to join a private server. There is a little bit of hand holding that SOE is doing with some of the Twitch streamers out there.
Like Ko, for example.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will have your own server.
Basically, yes. What now? I have to be kind of careful here because everything. This is a really good example of them listening to us. The plan was never to have these servers.
Right.
Ever.
It's something they added in later down the line.
All this stuff they're doing now is because they're working with Twitch and they're wanting to work with our communities. So that being said, this is a huge company and a huge undertaking. What they're in the process of figuring out exactly how everything's going to get done. We are pretty sure it's going to be on release, maybe a little bit after. It's the kind of thing where we're going to figure it out. In fact, there's a conference call. Sony is doing a conference call with the streamers in an hour. I'm going to miss it, unfortunately, to kind of go over a lot of these details. So I'll be doing that later. But the big thing that's going to happen is streamers will be given a server that they will have relative control over. That they will have gates that they can allow the people onto the server they choose. Communities like ours, we're going to be doing what we did with the Rust server, where we have an in-channel currency. You get 1 token every 15 minutes. To get on the server, you need to have either 8,000 tokens or be a sub with 5,000 tokens. And then that will give you what you need to get onto our server. Every day that goes by, we will lower those requirements till we get to a point where we feel there's a good amount of people that's stable on the server. And then we'll adjust as time goes on. So it's the kind of thing where they really are they're giving us like way more than we thought we'd get. Yeah. And they're working on trying to get us even more than that. And, they're talking about some things I can't even mention, but if they actually go through, it's going to be like next level Twitch stuff. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Someone in the chat, I think it was, I'm trying to remember the username, Rude06 maybe, was saying that, and this is a point I didn't really think of, but it's a great point. On the flip side, like, sure, they're using streamers, I guess using is kind of a weird term, but they're letting streamers get access to the game for promotion, but at the same time, like, that could be a really bad thing, because what if a streamer has a terrible experience for whatever reason with the game, right? Their entire audience will most of the time dislike that game as well, just because the streamer disliked it. So they are kind of sticking their head out, and it could go both ways. I think it's probably going to go the better way, but at the same time, maybe you will have a streamer who has a terrible experience with the game, and because of that, his entire community doesn't really have any interest in the game. So we'll just have to see.
Is that any different than giving early access to game critics?
Oh, no, not at all.
Letting them
giving it to the Total Biscuits? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, not at all. And
Let me
again,
write you a 10-page analytical reason why your game is trash, and then distribute it to thousands of people across the globe.
Sure.
And oh, by the way, thanks for the early copy.
They probably I think the best way to look at it is really like good, like any press is good press, right? Even if it's bad press, people are still talking about the game, they're still seeing the game. So maybe that's the best way to think about it, at least for me. So we'll see.
No, I mean, it's a risk, but you're absolutely right, and you nailed it with that last part. People that like the genre are still going to see it in those thousands of people that see the streamer not like it and go, you know what? Maybe those things that he doesn't like it for, I can get through that. I'm going to give it a try. Like it's just like you said, it's still PR.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah,
100%. No such thing as bad publicity for anything. If my game's name is in your mouth, I've done my job.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand what that was? Don't mess my shit up, okay?
Okay.
Damn, Zeke.
Just have a moment for Zeke. just let that settle. And all right, cool.
That button though.
There you go. Co, what else have you been streaming besides H1Z1? What have you been playing the past week?
Oh man, I had an absolute blast with Evolve. I had like like multiple streams where I just was going ham in the game. The big problem is the bots with the game are kind of a little less than stellar. So if you didn't have like a full team ready to go of people, it could get a little bit messy.
Were you playing copyright music on your stream? The entire Evolve broadcast is like muted. Is that from their audio pack?
I don't know.
Like, that's why I was asking, because I was wondering if their audio was muting your stream, or if you were playing like.
He was just humming Backstreet Boys the whole time.
Yeah. What? Hold on. I actually was like, were you playing Backstreet Boys in my head? Bacon, that's crazy. I don't know why we both went there. Anyways. Well, there goes dropped frames.
No.
Like,
okay. Sorry. Anyway.
Hey, it's on new channel. Doesn't matter to me.
No, but funny enough, I
never notice it.
I get these weird like moods before games I'm really looking forward to before they come out, and I get in these moods where it's like I can't invest myself in a game I really enjoy, and I just keep trying new games. In the last 4 days, I've played like Subnautica. If you've heard of that game,
I saw that highlight. What is
this? It's like an underwater builder explorer game on an alien planet. I played today Craft the World, which is like a dwarf fortress Terraria dungeon keeper tower defender hybrid. Yeah, think about that for a second.
What the heck?
What was another one? I was playing Rust yesterday. I tried a game called Grav, which is like the space age Rust kind of thing, but it needs a little bit of work. I've been all over the map, but it's all because I'm so looking forward to H1Z1 that I can't like just sit down and enjoy something. I just play it while I'm thinking about which it was H1Z1. That's about it.
It's true. Well,
So yeah,
you'll have it tomorrow.
Fun. A lot of new games.
We'll have it tomorrow for sure. I think. Well, at least me and Co are going to be streaming it tomorrow. A billion streamers are going to be streaming it. Ella's playing it. Zeke, are you guys going to jump in tomorrow? Are you going to test the waters at all? What are you guys thinking?
I'm not adverse to it at all. In fact, I'm going to. I usually don't broadcast on Thursdays and Fridays, but if the opportunity presents itself and I feel okay after possibly a men's day tonight.
You mean if there's no box wine?
No box wine. Well, depending on how my bestie Man vs. Game feels today. I haven't contacted him yet, but we had scheduled a NES head-to-head fest thing tonight.
Oh man, that sounds amazing.
It's always fun when we bust out the old 8-bit and go head-to-head and shit. But after and that's the thing. Like sometimes I get a little, I don't want to say drunk, but drunk. During the men's day cast over at my place, and I don't drink. I'd have like one beer over at his place, but over at my place, it's my house. I feel comfortable. It's my broadcast. I don't mind because I don't want to screw up his stuff. I'll screw up my stuff all day long. I don't want to screw up his stuff, and that's the thing. Like last time he was over, I think I broke a shot glass on the wall. And control.
You get heated. It's because you guys play like these games. You played Injustice, and then you played Super Smash Bros. And fighting games are the literal worst thing when it comes to, at least for me, it comes to rage. Because holy crap, you get really upset too. I think me and you are alike in that same vein, where you just get so upset when someone just crushes you on the other side of the sticks.
But getting back to the topic, yes, if all goes well tonight and I don't I wake up tomorrow and I'm feeling good and I'm feeling ready, I will definitely be doing some H1Z1. And you said what time does it drop?
1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on Steam.
1 p.m.
Oh, perfect. That's 3 my time. That's awesome.
And you just let me know if you want a server that you can kind of a little bit less populated and get your bearings a little bit. Just let me know.
No, that's.
I saw some people in chat wondering because time zones when that is. It's 21 hours from now.
No, 1 p.m. Eastern so it's 4 p.m. Eastern right now, so that's 19
No, he's right.
hours.
It's about 21 hours from now.
Yeah, I guess okay. No, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I hate time zones, man.
never math on stream is a rule of mine, so I apologize for that. But
it's an old StarCraft rule. Yep, don't math on stream. Don't math
Wait
on
a
stream. So Zeke, it's.
I got my time zones.
Yeah, you go the other way. That's what I was gonna say.
Earlier it'd be 11 my time.
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
Boo.
There you go. It's early.
Pretty sure it's 13 your time.
No, he's Pacific.
I'm
13 your time. Don't do that, man. See, I just immediately went to 1 because it's 1 o'clock. That's a normal time thing.
It's gonna be 13:30 specific time.
Yeah, exactly.
1373.
That fell apart quickly.
Oh yeah, I gotta get tokens. How can I get tokens from you?
You're fine, man.
Are you sure? Did that thing?
I'll slip you
on
under the tape.
that as well.
Just a few.
Get a room, you two. Jeez.
We do have one at PAX South. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we do.
You do. That's true.
Did you want to come too? You want to join our room, Bacon?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Good.
I'll probably awkwardly be there whether you invite me or not. So
Just standing in
Grabbing
the
his feet up for the
Yeah.
night, dude. We'd love to see you there, Bacon.
well, I already invited you to our house party too, so we'll hang out for sure.
Real quick.
I can't wait. PAX. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't
so
believe PAX
hyped.
South is next week. It should be cool. Before we move on, I do want to mention once again, we have a Google form set up. If you want to ask a question, which we'll be doing towards the end of the show, feel free to submit it. Wow. Okay. Since we went live, we got about 60 sent in. So thank you guys for that. We're not going to do all 60 questions. We will be just pulling from this list towards the end for about 30 to 45 minutes. But let's talk about what we've been watching on Twitch recently. Zeke, anything outside the ordinary? You just watching the norms?
I had a blast this past week. I really didn't give the AGDQ a time, but I had a day where I just kind of laid on my couch and I watched I swear to God, like 9 hours of just different games being speedrun, and it was like just you remember Batman Forever, I think, with the Riddler,
Yep.
Jim Carrey.
Oh my God, I hate that game. Was so bad.
Like that thing, it was going in my brain. And I was like, and I just sat there and watched like games I've never played before, but watching speedrun going, that's pretty amazing. Wow. You know, like stuff like that. And I did a lot of that. But trying to think of other streamers I've been watching. I pop into Bacon Donuts channel. I'm a fan every once in a while. Usually while inebriated.
Yeah.
Have you banned him from your chat before, Bacon?
I had to make him a mod to make sure that my other moderators didn't ban him.
I do that too. Every once in a while, enter someone's chat and just type in all caps, or I don't know, say something that's not appropriate for that channel. And just like, yeah, we're just gonna have to let you go, JP. Sorry about that.
It's the same thing. Excessive profanity came by my channel the other day, and I'm like, quick, I need to mod him right now because my moderator's gonna ban him. I'll give him 5 minutes before he slips up.
Yeah. Anything else outside in terms of what you've been watching? What was your favorite speed run? Because we talked about it last week a little bit, but the best ones I think were towards the end of the week, after I guess like Thursday, Friday, Saturday were the best ones for me, at least.
You know what? Being an American, like a United States of American, I guess I've been corrected on that several times. Because Americans, like, there's two continents. But being a U.S. guy, it's so relaxing and wonderful to listen to a Brit do a speed run, because one of my favorites was watching Vice City.
I watched that at like 3 a.m. or something, right?
I know, GTA Vice City, and I was just sitting there, and I could listen to that guy's voice for like ever. And then right afterwards, there was a guy doing Trials Evolution, another Brit, and I was like, "This is great."
Well, that's kind of like when you were playing Evolve, and Sacriel was like coaching you. Yeah, it's so funny because you're like totally noobing it up, and he's got this soothing, patient voice with an edge of sarcasm that just like I was in stitches. But I could have listened to him coach like all day.
Co?
Yeah, that's what I watched. Yep.
Cool. Co, you watch anything out of the ordinary? I guess you've been traveling, so I don't know how much you've been watching the past week.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the Evolve beta and trying to just get all these other games in before, I've had so little time. I watched the end of the speedrun stuff, had a great time there. I only caught like snips, so I don't even think I watched a full one since I've been back. And still watching the Wings of V every so often when that's on Mans, and that's really been it. I've been watching a lot of my stream lately, and we just picked up some new streamers in the stream team, so I've been watching a lot of them too, and kind of just keeping things going strong.
Any names? Like we'll get some free promotion. Oh,
we recently got Wolves Go Rar. A lot of people know him. He joined the stream team recently. Tasaka, great streamer. King Radnov, another really great up and comer. Those are our three new ones. We actually have a couple more people joining. Sacriel actually recently joined our stream team. I joined his as well. But yeah, going back, I mean, playing with Sacriel, I played with Sacriel almost for 10 hours straight on one of the Evolve things, and he is just this wealth of information.
He really is,
Every single thing that goes on in the game, he has something to say that will make you play better. And at the end of the stream, we were talking on Skype, and he's like, "Hey man, just wanted to say, if I'm ever like, saying too much, if you guys ever want to get over," I said, "You know what, Sacriel? I think my stream would actually prefer if when I was dual streaming with you, I just turned my mic off."
Yeah.
Right?
That's very true.
I mean, it's like it was so thoroughly enjoyable. Everything he said was on point, helpful, and that damn sexy accent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like it doesn't, it's so.
It really sucks being American. Like, if we just all had those amazing accents that everyone else has, like, we would be so set on Twitch.
Instead, we're the default.
Yeah. Can you imagine being like an Australian on Twitch? You'd have the best voice in the world. Or if Player Unknown was like more of a streamer and less of a dev because he's Irish, it would just be the best stream ever.
I've also noticed that Southern America accent is kind of globally known as the cliche American way to talk.
If you ever hear like any people from the UK like do American accent, it's always like
always
this
Southern.
cowboy accent.
Yeah,
They're really
that's
dropping
true.
it out.
Well, like an American to be honest, American accent is just such a weird thing to begin with, especially because we're all Americans, so we don't have any idea of what that sounds like 'cause we hear it every single day. So I think the easiest one to do is like the Southern accent, like you were just saying. So that might be why. Maybe, who knows? We'd have to ask Zachriel to explain it to us, and he probably could. He probably could, to be honest.
He could break it down analytically.
He
I'm
probably
sure.
would break it down analytically. I guess there's one stream that I've been watching kind of outside the box. You guys ever heard of handmade_hero? Have you heard of this stream before? It's actually an insane stream. So this guy started streaming. I caught it actually because of Twitch Weekly. They were promoting him. It was maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. He started making a game on stream. Everything that he codes in this game is on stream. And he's going to, I think from a year from now is when he wants to try to have it complete. But his stream is literally him sitting in a chair with like codes, like coding just right on the stream. And that's all it is. And it's a really interesting thing to see because he talks about everything that he's doing. He's just an insanely smart person where he can sit there and talk while coding at the same time and give deep, deep thoughts on every little thing that he's doing. And it's really different from like your traditional stream. So if you're going there and expecting like amazing gameplay, don't. It's just him coding. But if you're like a coder yourself or you want to see what really goes into game development, check him out. It's an interesting thing. And he never stops talking too.
Say that name again.
Handmade_hero. Handmade HANDMADE _hero.
I used to be a developer, so I'll probably check him out.
Yeah, and I think he does it I don't know if it's daily, but yeah, he'll take comments from chat, take advice from chat. He'll jump in and like boot the game. It's pretty basic. He's already got some graphic work done, but it's really cool. It's a really cool stream to watch him do that. It's also just a great example of like how unique Twitch is with everything out there that's so bizarre and so niche.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. How developers. There's more and more developers on Twitch, and Minecraft modders that I was talking about. There's a lot of Minecraft modders that do all their development on Twitch. Artists, I'm seeing a lot of game development art done and drawn live on Twitch, and music. There's a whole music category. Monster Cat is streaming music, stream-friendly music 24/7. Approaching Nirvana does weekly podcasts on Twitch. I don't know. It's interesting, and it seems to me that Twitch itself is kind of not sure where they want to go with all this. You know, like the obviously gaming is the main focus. But they're kind of dipping their toe in these subcultures, and I'm very curious where this is all going to end up.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end. Like, it's just going to keep being more and more obscure things popping up that get a huge amount of interest, and that's awesome. Like, I don't think, and I also don't think Twitch needs to filter it all that much. Just let it be its own thing. If it starts to get to a point where, like, maybe they're starting to tread into territories that you don't want representing your brand, then you can step in, obviously, but I think Twitch welcomes all the weird stuff, man, because the weird stuff is the best stuff, in my opinion. That's what I enjoy watching. Go
And
ahead.
a lot of this stuff is vicariously attached. Sorry, donation. Thank you for that, buddy. But there's a lot of stuff that's like vicariously related to gaming that's not really gaming itself, but still lends itself, to what we do on here. Like Zeke, for instance. There's a couple people in your community, phenomenal, like AO Gamer and her crafting streams, Poos2 and his drawing streams. Those guys are incredible. I mean, whenever I catch them on, I drop in just because it's not a gaming stream. It's like, this is gaming related, interesting stuff, pertinent to Zeke's community a lot of the times. Like, I dropped it on Poos once. He was drawing something for Zeke, and I was like, this is awesome. Drop into AO Gamer. She's making a really cool little pillow with Zeke's heart emote on it or something. I mean, it's like that kind of stuff. You can see that stuff getting made on Twitch. I mean, that's awesome. So it's a very interesting, and I love how Twitch is not, originally when we saw Justin TV get shut down, there was a lot of talk that they were going to be really hard line about no gaming content. It's very nice to see that Twitch is kind of, if it's related to gaming, they're probably going to be cool with it. Even if that's the only thing the channel does, they're probably going to be cool with it. So it's really good. It
was really smart of them to make a gaming talk shows category and a music category.
Yeah, and that was all DJ Wheat. is who that was, because he realized that people like me and him who do these shows, where the hell do we put our, like, what is this supposed, like, what would this show go under on Twitch? Like, what would you list this as? You have to list it as something. And for a while, like, Total Biscuit was making his streams go under, like, some obscure game from the 80s that was, like, then in the top 5 streamed games on Twitch. And so they put that under a house. Sorry, I interrupted you. Please finish your thought.
Wait.
Oh, I interrupted you, so I was afraid that I just stole your thunder, Bacon.
Oh,
Thunder.
no,
Bacon.
well, it occurred to me in the middle of this. That I'm pretty sure we all know Julia CS, and I'm suddenly just really wishing that she streamed her artwork.
Yeah, I think every single one of us has told her to stream her artwork.
I'm pretty sure I would pay to watch her do that.
Yeah, it's true. She is kind of the.
I wouldn't.
She just tweeted actually all of her emotes that she's made. Maybe I can pull that up on stream and we'll embarrass her.
She's got a Tumblr with all of her. I mean, so much of it is she's just a huge fan of Twitch, and she does art for all sorts of streamers.
I'm trying to pull this
And it's
up.
all really, really good.
Yeah, it's all amazing.
I swear I haven't seen it. That's one of the things that blows me away about Julia. I have not yet. I've seen a lot of Julia's stuff, and I haven't seen a single thing from Julia that I haven't been like, you know what? That's really cool. That's really. I think I have like 6 of my emotes done by her, and I have a few more on the way. It's amazing. She's incredible.
Yeah, these are Dance Gaming, Coh's, mine, Mans, Ezekiel, Eddie Munster, Trevelyan, Sir Twiggy. I didn't know she got a global Twitch emote. That's awesome. When did she? I didn't realize she got that done. Then of course Better Twitch TV. So there you go. Cool stuff coming out of Julia. Definitely. If you're a she's gonna really hate me for doing this. If you're a Twitch streamer who needs emotes, contact Julia, because trust me, she already has a ton of work, and she probably won't be able to get to you.
Right, because with all the free time she has.
Yes.
Yeah, she has so much free time, guys. Contact Julia and get some emotes done for 2016.
But at this point, you know what I love about this? You know what I absolutely love about this? She started doing this stuff just out of the goodness of her heart, just because she loved it. She loved the community, and she just did it. She just made free art, and she was like, "Here, look at this." And I, obviously, I was like, "Can I use this?" Like, yes, I made it for you. Go ahead, use it. I was like, "Well, okay." And now she's not the only one. There's so many like awesome emote makers, like drawing, like graphic designers, all that kind of stuff that are now they can name their price.
Yep.
Which I love. I'm so excited. I am so excited that this is not only a place for gamers and entertainers, but it's a place for artists and designers and stuff they can actually make a decent, side wage just from this.
Yeah.
I need to throw something out here right now. I want to make sure everyone understands. If someone like Julia is doing emotes for you, if someone like these people are taking, especially if they make multiple emotes for you, like multiple drawings for the same emote, please compensate these people well.
Oh,
I'm
totally
serious. I've heard some
that
cases
is such
like
a pet
people
peeve of
thinking-
mine.
Like I've heard that some people think paying $25 for these artworks is okay. That's not okay, guys. I mean, like, seriously,
pretty
these
rough,
people are spending hours, and these are talented people. I mean, you should be looking at 75, 100, and then maybe putting a tip on top of that. I mean, you have to think, like, these could be potential. These are people that are doing artists for people, or like, Dan's Gaming, Zeke. I mean, these are serious artists. Treat them as such, and understand that even if they say 25 is fine, you should still be thinking a lot higher.
Yeah. Well, and most people, Julia is like the sweetest person. She'll just be like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." It's like, nope, just
I know.
shut up, Julia. Shut up. Just take the money.
Well, we're American. This is capitalism.
Yeah.
No, that is
Things.
that is a
Exactly.
big time pet peeve of mine, and I make sure that because I treat what I do like a business, right?
Sure.
Like I'm self-employed. This is my business, and I want to make sure that everything I do is legit, and that includes compensating people that do work for me. And it drives me crazy when I hear stories about people not doing it. Last time I had art commissioned, the guy asked, it's a caricature of me that is on my main overlay when I'm doing, large cam talking. And it's prominent. It's right there. And he charged me. He asked for $60. I'm like, I doubled it. I gave him 120. I still feel like it wasn't enough.
Yep.
And if he had said no and not taken it, I just would have waited till he streamed and donated when he was live.
There you go. That's,
and that happens too. Like
man.
people are making custom mods for my mod pack, and I'm like, I have to compensate you. You know, I can't just let you. I don't want to ever feel like I'm using my position as my whatever popularity I have as a way to take advantage of people. You know
Totally.
what I mean? I'm not okay with that at all.
Yeah, I think one of the things too, a lot of people that watch this show obviously watch it as they're smaller streamers and they kind of want advice on things. One of the things that I did when I first started out, well, again, I had like I didn't ever just start out. Like I just turned the stream on and I had a bunch of viewers coming from my where I used to stream. But anyways, if you have like an artist like a Julia that makes stuff for you, or anyone in your community that makes art for you, contact them and like build them with your own brand and work together, because that's what I did with my graphics guy, and now I'm paying him monthly. Like he gets a monthly salary to just make all this art that you're literally seeing on stream right now is from this guy. And if you grow with that artist and you get him other gigs, it's an amazing thing that you can do together, and just have awesome content and awesome graphics for all your content at the same time. So if that's something that you're noticing, you've got people making stuff for you in your channel, like reach out to them, talk to these people, because it's one of the best things you can do for your channel instead of just expecting it to like come in over time.
And I could not agree more. You bring up a good point. I don't know if we're close to break or whatever.
We'll take a break here in a sec, but go ahead.
Okay. For artists, anybody trying to get themselves out there, to get themselves noticed, to get themselves, become a part of something first. Become a part of a community first before you start asking for favors. Become a part of something, and that will come to you. Like I give that advice all the time, as far as like, how can I get my name out there? It's like, become a part of Twitch, become a part of these communities, become a regular in a channel that you like.
Yep.
Speak up, chat. Get your name like out there, and the more that the people recognize you, your name, the more like that stuff will just come to you. Like when I go into a channel now, more often than not, like I say, hey, what's up? The broadcaster will say like, hey, this is Zeke. He broadcasts. He's great. And I don't ask for anything. It's because I was a part of the community first.
Yep, that's true.
And I think that goes for artists and that kind of stuff. Like that's how like I found out about Poos was from Spam's stream. I saw like his like slideshow that he used to have on Spamfish's channel. I was like, who is that? I love that style and stuff like that, and got to talking, got to knowing and stuff like that. And this was all like just art that he had made because he liked the channel.
Yep. We are about to take a break. Before we do, Bacon, I got to ask, is there anyone that like, who do you typically watch on Twitch?
Oh, it's all over the place. Obviously, there's Minecraft people, but that's far from the only thing I watch. I've really been enjoying watching Zeke and Excessive Profanity both go at Boshi. and I heard a story about Zeke promising favors to whoever won first. And anyway.
I have no idea what you're talking about. We didn't chat.
Anyway,
We're gonna have to get a contract for people that come on the show. Like, do not mention blank.
Yeah, I will not mentioning this.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly. I was just watching Cody's show and he was talking about it. Anyway, Excessive Profanity has really become one of my favorite casters on Twitch. I freaking love his show. It's funny because the whole like me not swearing and him using swearing as his gimmick, that seems like polar opposites.
Sure.
But anybody who gets to know him will realize that he has this amazing positive energy about him. And a lot of his life philosophies and stuff just really resonate with me. And he's just really entertaining. And so I've been spending a lot of time. That's twitch.tv/excessive profanity.
Yep.
He's got one of those sexy accents. He's an Australian. And I could listen to him all day. And Witwix is the other one I've been in constantly. A lot of people saw his AGDQ run, but
Yeah.
I've known him for over a year now. Actually, I've been watching his show, and it's funny. Witwix and Elohim are planning on playing some Minecraft together one of these nights, and I am so excited to watch that.
Oh,
It's gonna be amazing. But anyway, Witwix, WITWIX. He's a speedrunner. He's known for having the world record for the speedrun of I Want to Be the Bashi. It's like 30 minutes ish. It's insane.
Yeah, I think his stream blew up too because of AGDQ. Like he had like 4,000 viewers or something last night. I don't think that's normal.
Yeah. No, he told me that he's gotten 12,000 followers since AGDQ.
That's awesome.
And he got like 120 subs in the first hour of his return broadcast.
Wow.
I mean, it was he's exploding. And it's been awesome for me to see because, like I said, I've been watching him since a year ago, January, and the guy is so entertaining. Like he's got this sarcastic humor that just cracks me up, and the way that he deals with any sort of problems in his chat is just, I mean, it's hysterical, and he's freaking amazing. A lot of people don't know this, but he was actually world champion level type. I forget, I don't know the exact terms for the thing, but Guitar Hero. When he was in high school,
really,
he actually was a pro Guitar Hero and was like going to competitions and earning world titles and stuff.
Oh, I wonder if I met him before that.
if you watch him play Guitar Hero, it is mind blowing. Like these songs that are just like on the hardest difficulty, the notes are just a million miles a second, and he'll nail it 100%. And he'll get all pissed at himself if he misses one note in the entire thing. It's crazy. So anyway, he's a total god at video games and very entertaining. So I highly recommend. That's my two shout out picks: Witwix and Excessive Profanity.
Awesome
Excellent
stuff.
broadcasters.
Yeah, go check them out. All right, we're going to go and take our first break, and I think we're probably only going to do one break today. When we come back, we'll be talking about our topic of the week, also taking some Twitch chat questions. Of course, you can submit those over at the Google form, which should be linked in the chat here pretty soon. So we'll take a break. We'll come back in just a bit. Don't go anywhere. More dropped frames coming up right after this.